with that negative rant, that was Gaming Pickups episode 20 out of the way, let's be a little more positive, because everything I got here was for free. It was from a family member of mine who was basically like, well, I don't really play these that much, nor do I have time to it, and kind of moved on, so I'm giving it all to you, which was freaking awesome. Starting with a Sega Dreamcast. Yeah, as you guys know, I already own a Dreamcast. You know, here's mine right here. And while his is slightly different, it says 1 on the bottom of the console, as you can see here, as opposed to saying 0 on mine. And still comes with the 56K modem, not the broadband adapter, unfortunately, but hey. Still is, I guess, nice to have a backup Dreamcast, you know? So that's pretty cool. You also had 2 controllers. Here's the first one, here's the second one. They're both white, as you can see. They both work fine, you know, and this one comes with like this performance memory card, which I hate unofficial memory cards. I despise them to no end with a passion. But hey, it's still, I guess, nice to have, because at least now I have 2 things to go into one of the controllers. But hey, get the VMU, don't get this crap. Anyways, how about on to games, because he gave me quite a few Dreamcast games along with some PS1 games, but I guess I'll talk about the Dreamcast games first, even though there's more of them. Starting off with Monaco Grand Prix, a racing game. The controls kind of suck. That's all I can really say about it from what I've played. Test Drive 6 is a little better, but yeah, I don't know, it's a little better than Monaco Grand Prix. Speed Devils is pretty cool. I like this. I like the way it plays and controls. The racing action's kind of cool. Of course, this is just a newbie's impression of playing these games from either 20 to 40 minutes. But yeah, it's a very neat little racing game. Arrow Wings. I didn't play this for too long. Didn't know what the hell I was doing. Nor did I really care that much to find out what I was doing. But hey, you know, just flying around, doing stuff. Apparently it's 4 players, so hey, I'll try that out, I guess, one of these days. Gauntlet Legends, I did play with 4 people. This is a great multiplayer game. It's the only... Well, no, I did play, I think, the first Gauntlet game. But, you know, here you're just, you know, going around, finding the exit, taking down hordes of enemies. It's great stuff, especially with 4 people. I remember when I did that just a couple days ago. Man, that was fucking fun, you know? Sonic Shuffle and Soul Calibur, which, as you guys know, I already own, but these copies are in better shape than mine. So I don't know. I'll probably trade or sell one of the other copies I have. Not to anybody on the internet, just to a game store or whatever. But hey, you know, still cool to have, I guess. Sydney 2000. I don't care for this game. It's Olympics. I mean, I kind of got a kick out of like the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic games, not just because it had Mario and Sonic in them, but I just found them a little more entertaining than this. Can't get into this really. Spawn. I guess it's just called Spawn, even though it says in the demon's hand, and it just says Spawn on here. But it's an interesting sort of game. My experience with this is pretty much the extent of when me and a couple friends did a 4-player, you know, team battle mode or whatever for about, I don't know, 20 minutes, and yeah, I don't know what to think about this game. I haven't even tried out the single player yet, though I probably will after this video is done. Oh, damn it. Sega Dreamcast web browser. It's not really a game, but it still is an official piece of Dreamcast software that you should probably get if you want to get a whole Dreamcast collection. But yeah, it's pretty damn obsolete, especially now. Even though I believe there are still ways you can get online with the Dreamcast, this is just, I don't know, I guess it's just something to look at, or unless you really want to use it as a web browser, I guess. I don't know. Mach-In X. Now this is a great fucking game. This game really took me by surprise. Unfortunately it's cracked a little bit, as you can see, but oh well. But the game itself is actually just it's great stuff. You know, it's a first-person combat action game. You know, you play as a sword. Yes, as the sword, not this character who I believe was called Kei Sagami or something like that. But apparently, I think you're just playing as the sword, which is called Makin. And, you know, just, I don't know what about it. It's just fun. Just beating the shit out of things with, you know, the sword, going around places. It's a very nice game, I will say. I'm glad I have this. It's excellent, really. Well, excellent, I don't know, but it still is really good. It's really fucking good overall. It took me by surprise, and I'm glad to have it. Space Channel 5. Yeah, you may be familiar with Space Channel 5. In this case, Ooh La La, she's called, because she was in Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. The game itself, well, you just, you know, copy the moves of what the aliens do. Not very good at this, nor do I really find the game interesting, because I feel that it lacks depth to keep me going. But hey, that's just my overall personal preference. And I do remember playing Space Channel 5 Part 2 on the Dreamcast collection for the Xbox 360, and I didn't really care for that much either. But hey, at least it's cool to have both games, even though the original Space Channel 5 Part 2 was only released in Japan, but they still brought it over for the Dreamcast collection. Here we have Dynamite Cop. This is a beat-em-up. I believe this was originally an arcade game, but it's fucking great. It's just so much fun beating the shit out of all these, you know, like people and stuff. The fighting action and controls are tight and just really well made. I don't know what much else to say about it. Great stuff. Street Fighter 3 Double Impact. This is it's got both apparently Street Fighter 3 New Generation and Second Impact. I can't really say which one I like better, but it's still pretty cool. Even though the Dreamcast controller is not exactly good for fighting games, I still enjoyed what I played out of this. I'm not sure what the Street Fighter fan base thinks about this game. Psychic Force 2012. It's another... yes, apparently Psychic Force 2012, not 2012 according to the title screen. It's a fighting game where you're kind of in like a free-roaming area. It's not free-roaming like, say, Xena Warrior Princess. I'd say look up gameplay. You're kind of floating around in a cube. And, you know, it does feel a little limited in its combat system, but I still really got a kick out of this, even though it's annoying how you can't use the joystick. They make you use the D-pad, which is fucking stupid, especially considering you're in a 3D plane, but whatever, still a very nice thing. NBA 2K. I don't care. Virtua Tennis I do care about. I do like tennis as a sport, even though it's not something I play in real life because I don't play sports. But this is a damn good tennis game. It's just so well made. The action is really fun, and it's, you know, really nice to have. Okay, now on to PS1 games. Toy Story 2, it's in horrible shape. Works, but I just might trade it in or whatever, because this is just fucking sad to look at. This isn't the cause of the original owner. It's just whatever the fuck Blockbuster did to these damn things back in the day. Parasite Eve. Yeah, this is a 3-disc game, and it only has one of them. Yeah, although surprisingly, this game, last time I checked, doesn't really go for that much on eBay, which kind of surprised me because, you know, I would assume that anything by Squaresoft, especially on the PS1, would be in demand and expensive and all that, but hey, I guess it's cool to have. I don't really have much of an opinion on the game itself. Frogger. Yeah, Frogger. This is the most experience I've had with Frogger, and it's definitely harder than I remember, or maybe it's just the case with this PS1 version. Very cool, very nice, you know. Yeah, I like Frogger. South Park Chef's Love Shack. I've never seen an episode of South Park before in my life, but at least I'm familiar with what the show's all about. And I played this for a little bit, and yeah, it's a party game, you know, similar to like Mario Party or whatnot. Well, maybe not that similar to Mario Party, but it is definitely a party game. And yeah, I don't know. It would have been nice to have the Dreamcast or the Nintendo 64 version, because at least, you know, I could do it with 4 people. And yeah, you can do this with 4 people, just that, you know, I would need 3 more PS3 controllers and do some other shit and just, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I also have it on the N64 and the Game Boy Color. Never really cared for this, never could get into it. But hey, might as well have another version of it. Marvel Superheroes. It's a fighting game. Don't have much to say about it. I didn't play this for very long, actually. Street Fighter Alpha 3 is, in my opinion, better than Street Fighter EX2 Plus. But again, I'm not sure what the Street Fighter fan base thinks about these games. But I believe Street Fighter EX2 Plus goes for like 40 bucks on eBay, so I definitely saved myself some money. But Street Fighter Alpha 3 is pretty damn awesome. It just plays and controls really well. I like it. About some more fighting games, Bloody Roar and Bloody Roar 2. I played a lot more of Bloody Roar than I did Bloody Roar 2, and it's an interesting fighting game. How you can, you know, unleash the beast within. It kind of definitely changes the game up a bit. Good stuff. Although unfortunately with Bloody Roar 2, it's missing, you know, the N label. I can't say which one I like better for sure, but hey, you know, they're games. Now, there comes the most exciting part of this whole thing. Strider 2. This is a pretty expensive game. It goes for like 60 to 80 bucks on eBay, and I think the cause of that is because, I don't know, I guess it's just rare, or maybe it's just in demand, but it's a really cool release. It comes with both Strider 2 and the first Strider game, which is really nice, so I don't have to, you know, hunt down like a copy of Strider 1 with whatever system that was on. It even says, and it also includes an incredible bonus, the original Strider game, which is very nice. Both games are excellent, you know, just going around slashing people. It's just fun. Strider really took me by surprise, you know, because I was kind of, you know, just thinking not too much of it, but, you know, goddamn, just, this game is friggin' awesome. I'm not sure if it's, like, worth the $60. It might be, though, but, like, it's still awesome to have, and especially that I didn't pay a cent for it. And, of course, you know, the bonus is nice. It's kind of like Bayonetta 2 on the Wii U, how it comes with both the first and second Bayonetta game. And now, of course, you know, the most expensive one here, Einhander. Yep. Unfortunately, as you can see, the manual is, like, just horribly ruined. Like, fucking Blockbuster must have done this. Look at this. It's just this one piece of paper. It doesn't even have the PlayStation logo, and the whole manual is gone. Especially considering that this is, you know, an expensive game now. And granted, they wouldn't have known that back in the day, but yeah, it's a shooter by Squaresoft, because I guess Squaresoft wanted to try something different from an RPG, and it's a damn fine game, I will say. It's got some pretty nice music, some nice action and graphics. It is a pretty big bummer that it's only one player, but, you know, hey, I'm not gonna let that ruin the experience. Not entirely sure why this game is rare, or maybe it's just that much in demand, but even so, there's not too many copies on eBay. But it still is a pretty cool, you know, game, and still is really nice to have something, you know, so rare and just in demand and stuff. Like I said, it is unfortunately defaced a little, considering it has this stupid fucking disc shield, you know, from Blockbuster. I mean, even if that actually does anything, it just horribly defaces the game, and as you can see, you know, yeah, very cool to have, and it just, you know, makes this whole thing really worth it. So yeah, I guess I won't have to really complain about my Dreamcast or PS1 collection being lackluster, because look at all this great stuff. Man, oh man. Okay, well, that was Gaming Pickups episode 21. Yeah, thank you to person who gave me all this stuff, even though you don't know who that is, and I'm surprised you watched this long, all the way to this video if you did, because nobody gives a flying fuck about, you know, what I pick up, but still.